YouTube channel. My name is Nikki. This is Tracy, my partner, and we are interviewing Dorota today. And we are going to talk about, we're going to focus on our journey, your journey into your mediumship. Is that right?
Yeah, coming out, right?
Coming out of the closet.
That's what we're going to call coming out of the closet, because in the end, we're all connected in different ways.
Yep.
And it's just that connection that gets us, but we're hidden because there's a lot of stigma attached to it, right? From the past and stuff.
Yeah.
So for myself, I always had the connection to divine since a very, very early age. I grew up in Poland, in Gdańsk, Poland. So, and the area that I grew up in had a lot of army during the Second World War. So what that means, there is a lot of spirits, as you know, anywhere in Europe because of constant fighting, right?
Yeah.
Over, so I always saw spirit, so I can see spirit, hear spirit, smell spirit, channel spirit, all that fun stuff. I get to do it, and I could do it since I was a kid. So the worst place was going to sleep at my grandma's. Yes, because the nights was just nightmares.
Oh.
Why was that? Was it because of she was near a war zone, or?
It was all, well, I grew up I'm 70, so it's after the war, but there's a lot of spirit that needs to get crossed over, right? And her spot was next to actually a military training camp and stuff. So that's why there was a lot of spirits, because there was a lot of executions and you know, stuff like that going on in that area. And at that time I didn't know what it was, but I would always fall asleep and I would have nightmares. I'd be either in this big barn. I remember when there was this huge barn and there was like a lot of people and you could smell smoke and you heard weird noises on the outside, and then we were being burned alive. And I was just like, I'm not dying. And I would be like, because I was
That's what you
young
would hear.
Kid. No, I would be saying this, I'm not dying. I'm not dying. I was just, people would be screaming, and I was concentrating on, I'm getting out of here. In panic, but I'm getting out of here. But the thing is, I could always make an exit. So I would see like a board, I'm like, that board's gonna left. And then there's gonna be a tunnel. And like, I knew there's gonna be a tunnel right underneath that board. So I would like rip that board, and then I would start running, and the people would run behind me.
How old
This was actually happening?
That was in my dream.
Oh, this was in your dreams.
This was
that you were
very vivid.
Can I ask how old you might have been around?
Oh my gosh.
Maybe 10 or
younger than that.
Yeah.
Well, younger than that.
Yeah.
It was always something, some kind of dream like that. And not till later years did I realize I was crossing people over. Because as soon as we got out, there was nothing. Like, I would wake up, like there was nothing. Like I would turn around, there was no burning barn, there was nothing, and we were safe. I was safe, but people weren't behind me.
So these people that you were dreaming about, are these, do you think these are actual experiences that they had experienced how they died?
Yes, because from my understanding, because everybody understands things differently, it's just my own understanding is, and from working with spirits since forever, and what it is, if you sometimes die in a tragic death, you're stuck in that moment. You're stuck in that moment. That's why they rescue. Like a lot of times they say, I'm looking for my dad, or like once I had to walk up, cross over a nun that she had an abortion, but she was afraid to go to the light because of
Her beliefs.
her belief system, right? Although she said she saw, you know, the angels and Jesus and whomever else. I can't remember because it was a long time ago, but because of what happened, she was scared to cross over, so she was hiding a lot. So sometimes ghosts, because there's a difference between ghost and spirit, right? Ghost is the one that's stuck here, it's earthbound.
Okay.
Yeah.
And a spirit is one that crosses over and can come and say hello when they kind of want to. That's my, again, all of that we're talking is my own understanding, right?
Yeah.
And
interpretation.
Yeah. The way that was explained to me in meditations and through my life journey. So then she crossed over. So there, and then we had a girl that set her whole house on fire. She was afraid to go because her dad was coming to pick her up, so she thought she's going to get punished. But that happened in actually 1700s. It's actually in Hamilton, and her parents already passed, and this is why she won't go, because every time she sees her parents coming, she's afraid she's going to get beat up, but she actually burned alive because when she wanted to light a match or something in a house to get more light at that time, you know, because they had the candles and stuff.
Oh, so it was all
The whole
accidental.
house, it was, and then she ran out because she was burning, and then because the oil went on her and stuff. So now they have this called screaming tunnel, right, in Hamilton, that you can go at night and hear her still scream and stuff.
You should go.
Wow.
So
It's
she
kind
wasn't
of
easy
sad,
to, some of
though.
them, it is. Some of them don't want to cross over, and it's until they're ready. And you know, they say everybody can be, yes, but it takes the proper person. And I'm not always the right person for the job because it's the job, right?
It's
So
interesting
they
how
connect
fear,
with
even on the other
too.
side, still
It's your
rules.
beliefs because
That fear still on the other side is
because your
holding them
belief-
back.
Yeah, but your belief system doesn't change.
Isn't that bizarre?
So let's say if you were not a nice person now, that
Yeah.
just because you crossed over, that doesn't mean you're a nice person now. And I find
It's
that
all about soul progression. And
it
stuff.
is because, you know, like as I'm doing it, so that's what started. Like that's how I always saw it. They protected me so much because I was a daredevil. Okay, I don't even know how I'm walking right now. I would go on construction sites with my dirt bike and just go vroom, you know, and just be kamikaze, what we called it. And then my dad took that away, so I had just a bicycle. So you pedaled really fast and did
You're very
stunts.
experimental.
You have no fear.
You know what?
Fearless.
I don't even know if that was fearless or stupidity, to be honest, because we all did it, like we all in bunches, right? And or climb trees. I was always a climber. My grandfather saved my life so many times. Like in the last minute, like my mom says, he was a Superman. Like I climbed this fence, and the whole fence was just coming down with me, and I was 2. And
my
he like
God.
literally pulled me up.
He's your earth angel, right?
Yeah, and
Saving you at the last
yeah,
minute.
And when he passed, he's passed because he passed when I was in grade 2. So I don't know, what was it, 7? I think 7 years old.
Yeah, grade 2, yeah.
And he's still here, and he still saves me. You know, it's like he will come before something bad's gonna happen, and he's gonna go do
Warn
this or
you
this. I'm
or-
like, damn, okay, got it. He says, you gotta stop being stubborn. You gotta listen.
Yeah.
Yes,
Wow.
granddad, I don't listen. I do. When he comes, it's like serious business.
It's
'Cause he saved
amazing
my
that
life
we
3
have
times.
that support from the other side
We
once we
do.
tap
Once we
into
tune
it.
in, it's like the
Yeah.
radio, like
But
tuning
you know
in.
what? Not really, because I'll tell you, you
Weird.
always have that support. It's a lot of us choose to ignore it. You know, the intuition,
Yeah.
that's, you know, our guides, God, whomever you believe in. Like I'm a strong believer in God and angels, and those are the spirits, and also your past. They support you all the time, but a lot of times we don't
It's
want to
been
know because of
blocked.
our conditioning. But if you think about it, like even I grew up Poland, Roman Catholic.
Yeah.
I was the first one in church, always. You know, like you couldn't be an altar, so because I was a girl, so I couldn't be an altar.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so I was like disappointed, cried for weeks, and I couldn't be at the altar.
You remind me of my daughter. My daughter's like that.
You're right. Like I wanted like any retreats, you know. I was like this with all the nuns, like, and then I met this when stuff was happening, and I would just know stuff before it happened, like just knowing where to be, where not to be, kind of a deal as well as. But the hardest part was, if you were telling me a story, I was feeling it,
So empathic.
You're empathic.
which I had no idea what it was.
Yes.
But I also saw a movie playing, so say if you talked about
Yeah.
your daughter to me,
Yes.
I would actually see what you were wearing, what she was wearing, and I could tell you who was right, who was wrong, but I also would take your pain on. So what that meant, I got in a lot of fights.
Your emotions rule.
No,
No?
because if somebody hurt you, I wanted to go beat
That's
them
right.
up, man, because I felt like I just got hurt, so I
Yeah,
gotta
because that's your emotions
Yeah.
ruling your
it's
thoughts,
just like
right?
protective. I had
Yeah.
to protect you. It was just like I gotta protect.
I
so
got
gotta
into that
go.
too a lot
Yeah.
because I didn't know my
Gosh.
boundaries yet. You don't know what's
That's-
going
that's
on.
an
You don't
empathic
understand.
person before
You take it on. You
balance.
take.
Yeah.
I was always in fights at
You wanna make
school
it
because of
better.
friends or that underdog.
Because you're a
Always
heart
felt-
person.
I am. I would always feel sorry for that kid that
Yeah.
was picked on, and
Yeah.
like I would
Yeah.
feel them and
Yeah.
stand up for them and got into fights. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, yes. So I got in a lot of belts. You know, those days where the
Oh,
belt
yeah.
was there. you know,
Yeah.
Belt, let's put it this way. My dad still last belt was your best friend. I'm like, yep. At one point, I just didn't even feel. I'm like, okay, I come home now.
So-
Who did you beat up now? Well, it wasn't even beating up. I know I'm saying it like that, but it was just
Yeah.
like
Defending people.
defending. Yeah, and also you yourself got in a lot of troubles, right?
Yeah.
So coming from Poland, where it's a lot of Roman Catholic,
Mm-hmm.
what were they accepting of the spiritual side, the spiritual aspect
Nobody
of
knew.
you?
I didn't even know. Honestly, I
Okay.
didn't even know. I would, because there's energies. The interesting thing is that my guides and God protected me so much, and they protect each one of you as much. You just don't always feel it. Cedar is a protective, right? A lot of protection things are free, so cedar is part of the protection.
Right, one of the sacred medicines.
Yeah. So when I used to walk to my grandma's house, they have cedar bushes everywhere, and I hated the smell of it because I associated
cedar bushes where I grew up.
Yeah,
That's funny. It's the Italian. I don't know. Yeah.
I was like, and I would go and I would pick it each time I was going to my grandma's, not knowing why.
Well,
We did too in my backyard as a little
It's-
girl.
it's
Our whole
funny how
backyard
we-
was lined with
That's
cedars.
what I mean. Like,
I used to
although you're
smell
not
it.
aware and not fully.
Yeah.
I don't want to say awakened. Aware of what's
Aware.
going on.
Yeah.
You're
would do
naturally
that.
drawn.
Yes. So that way my nights were a little bit easier, and I can't tell you if I knew that or not until recently. Till I
It's
learned
like your
that
higher
cedar-
self.
Yeah.
So you would use this for your
I just
dreams.
put it in my pocket. No, I just put it in my pocket. I had
But
no idea
did it
why.
make your dreams easier?
Yes.
Oh, because drinking cedar tea, right? Yes.
Protectiveness.
But
Yeah.
see, I had
That's
no
another-
idea.
yeah.
It's just like
You
every time-
intuitively kind of.
They did it. It's just
That's
'cause-
what healers, native healers, will help people with their dreams. They'll make the
Yeah.
cedar tea.
Absolutely.
That's
Yes.
so interesting. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
step and amongst
So you, since you were a child, you had this connection to spirit, but you weren't completely aware of what was happening. When did you become aware of it all and start to actually work with it more?
as I was going, I started using it more. I met this priest, and he said Roman Catholic priest. His name is Chris, and he was like the best that he made it okay.
Okay.
Like we talked, and I said, well,
Wow.
I knew this, I knew that. Like something was going to, he was supposed to go somewhere, and we had a conversation, so he didn't end up going. And he says, good that like, how did you know? And I said, I don't know. We didn't talk. And he says it's okay. And then he actually told me that I don't need to pray the way our Father or whatever prayers we had. As long as I have conversations with God, He hears them.
Wow.
So he taught me that conversation with God is a prayer as well. So what I started doing at that time, I would pray a lot. Meaning is talk
Talking.
a lot.
Yeah.
I would talk to them out loud the way I talk to you. I would just talk, and if I wanted something or if I needed, I didn't say, can I have it? I would talk to like my best friend, wouldn't that be nice if I could get this or if that could happen? And things started to kind of unfold. Manifestation started happening, right? So that was the first awareness. I'm like, okay, God's listening. He is listening.
Wow.
And I'm going to touch on this. So last year I met a native shaman, and he told me this, which told me, I went like, what? He said, God doesn't hear our prayers. What do you think about that?
I think he hears our thoughts.
Nope.
No.
What he said is he feels our prayers. So when you're hurting, he's hurting. When you're happy, he's happy. So he more like feels the whole thing instead of just sitting there,
Right.
that's what you want. Okay, let's see if I can make that heat. So I was like, wow, isn't that kind of cool?
Yeah, because he's empathic.
Yeah.
We're
It's
all
all-
part of. I feel
We're
that we're a
part of
part of
one.
God.
Yeah.
The I am presence. I think we are the I am.
Yeah.
Like when in the Bible, like when Moses spoke to that burning bush, and he said, "What should I tell Pharaoh your name is?" He goes, "I am that I am."
That's right.
That was what his name was.
Yeah.
I am.
It's almost
And it's
like
so
we're all
powerful.
pieces of it.
And we are God. In fact, the Bible says, "Let us make man in our image, in our likeness." So what does that mean possibly, other
You are
than
part of
that we
God.
are a part of?
Yeah, you're part.
We are co-creators, just like they're creators. So we're all the same.
Absolutely.
And we feel everybody. We feel the creation.
Absolutely.
The
that's
planet
like
hurts. We feel the hurt from the planet,
Yeah.
the environment,
Absolutely.
the animals.
Yeah, and then so for me another big awakening was when I moved to Canada in 91, so 90s, beginning of 90s, and then I lost a baby, and of course, where do you turn? I ended up going to the psychic party because they're cool, they're fun, you
Yeah,
get to
they're
meet some cool
fun.
people, and then this lady just looked at me and she was intimidated by me, but I knew more about her than she did, and I didn't know why, right? Because see, a lot of people say, do you research it? I just know.
Yeah.
If you ask me how do you get information, I can't tell you. I just know. If you tell me if you're the right person for me to talk to, I just know.
Yeah.
If you're not, I just know. Like I can't explain. I cannot say anything else than just that. I
It's
just
a feeling.
know. It's a knowing.
It's
I
knowing.
don't even get a feeling. If it's friendships, like acquaintances or something. But if it's relationships, I just know. I can't explain to you.
Yeah.
I just know. And I will know how long you're gonna be in my life. And it's not that it's important. It's just I just know.
Yeah.
And that's when I took classes, and that's when I learned about protection. That's when I learned about grounding, connecting, and stuff.
Boundaries.
But I didn't fit in.
Yeah.
I did not fit in. As far as you guys know, there's laws like free will, personal responsibility, and amongst 3 others. But I still didn't fit in. So I worked at the different spiritual centers, giving messages, proof of survivals, which is, bringing forth the past loved ones, as well as inspirational talk. But I just didn't fit in. I just didn't. And I was like, why? And first of all, I was going by Dorothy. That's what we actually talked about today. And I said to my guys, like, why am I not getting it as sharp as I can? Like, I felt like something was blocking it. And they said, you got to go by your name, enough of the AKA.
And what does your name mean? You told me in the kitchen your name has a meaning.
It actually means gift of God.
Isn't that beautiful? I love that. That's amazing. So that's your name.
That is my name. Which
Yeah.
is, and funny enough, I named my son, and guess what his name means? Gift of God.
Did you know? That's so funny.
I
It's
just
funny
looked it
when
up.
that
Like
happens.
I just looked it up 2 years ago, and I'm like,
Wow.
I'm not gonna say, but you know
Yeah.
what I was thinking,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
So it was just like that.
All those little synchronicities that happen in our lives, right?
A lot. Sometimes way ahead before we become aware.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like, well, it's so strange. I was telling you, even my name of my daughter, I there's books on it, but Sophia meant the divine feminine. I'm like, I didn't even realize. And my daughter's she's 10 right now, but she's very pro woman.
Yes.
Like
She's a very
everything,
powerful energy.
anything that has to do with how come women can't do this, Mom? How come women can't do that? It's actually taking it personally, and has been like that since she was 3.
Yeah.
Like, because I used to be in a very religious organization, I won't say, and we sat in the front one time. She's sitting on my lap, and there was a man talking because it's a very male-dominated religion. Okay, and she said out loud, I will never forget this because that was my last meeting there. And she said, Mommy, how come you aren't teaching up there? With this little tiny but sharp voice that everybody heard. It was all, I got up and I had to walk out with her because she kept saying, but you're not teaching up there. Why can't girls teach up there? And that became her thing. Because her dad still brings her to these meetings. And it's male only that are allowed to teach in this congregation. But she takes issue with that.
Yeah.
What is it about women, Mommy? How come women can't teach? Or can't do this and can't do that? I said, well, Sophia, guess what? We can.
Absolutely.
We can.
And we do.
I didn't
Just
know
not-
her name meant that though.
Yeah, but
the
how
divine
awesome it is.
feminine
Yeah.
How
and
it's
13 and
Yeah.
all of this. The
It is,
goddesses.
absolutely. So for me, I had the awakening. That's when I call my awakening. You know, everybody comes to me, what's my life purpose? And the truth is that the only person that knows your life purpose is you.
That's right.
You're the only one. You can go to as many medium and as many psychics
Right.
as you want. But the truth and the matter of fact is that the only one that knows your life purpose is yourself. Because you have, like you said, you have that connection to divine, you have that connection to God, and we also have that connection to ourselves because we all come from the same home. We're just, right?
Yeah.
So my purpose is to empower people. And what that means is self-awareness. And self-awareness, I know it's big everywhere, right? The difference between me and them, I give people tools to connect with themselves. Because like we said, everybody has the connection.
That's
Everybody
right.
does. So
Yeah.
instead of teaching you of how my guides work with me and how I connect, I'm going to push you to find your own connection. And what I mean by push you, because that's what my groups say, you always put us on the spot. I'm like, yes, I do. But that's so awesome.
Yeah.
And they go, it is.
But that's true empowerment.
Yeah, it's so-
Not spoon feeding people information.
don't.
That is not
Exactly.
empowerment.
No, that's
Exactly.
it's
Right?
so basically
Mhm.
my workshops, because I teach mediumship, I teach spiritual development. I teach. I'm also intuitive coach, so I did a lot of life coaching intuitively
Nice.
for people. Why is it intuitively? Because I tune in. Everything I do is channeled. I can't separate me from them. Like it's not. A lot of people think that we need to understand is that we're part.
We're not
And it
separate.
doesn't matter what your religion, what your background is, you all have the same connection.
Yeah.
So it's just learning how to connect. I call it open the highway, because you're stuck in traffic.
You need a good
No.
off ramp.
Congested. You're in that congestion.
Exactly.
So many
that-
routes and ramps off of that highway.
Yeah. So now it's just find your own, and if you need to get out of that highway and go on the other one, do so. It's nothing stopping you. So that's what I bring to the table in this life. Let's call it that way.
Yeah.
And
That's beautiful. That's true
I just-
empowerment.
And that's what creates that better world.
you know,
When people come into their own power.
hey guys, okay, this is my own quote. So this is my own personal quote. Guides are our GPS.
Yes.
I call guides GPS.
Mhm.
But also what that means is that you have to give back your stubbornness.
Mhm.
I will do it myself. You have to give it up. And why? Think about it. If you go to Florida, let's say Orlando, do you know how to get there?
Not right now.
But if you put in the GPS, will you get there?
Eventually, yeah.
Why?
You're following the route.
Yeah.
The directions, it's given.
Yeah.
But can you pull over?
You can.
We can.
Can you take pit stops as many as you want?
can.
Yeah.
Can you take detours if you choose
Of
to?
course. Recalculate. Recalculate it.
Yes. My GPS
We'll
knows.
give you 5 different routes if you need. There's always more than one. And sometimes don't we recalculate in life? Because we're
Absolutely.
humans.
It's funny, I had that same
You know?
vision recently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably
So
2 weeks ago, I had that vision.
that's what I teach
It
in my
must
classes.
have been around the time I connected with
Must
you.
be.
That's so funny.
So that's what I teach. I teach you to follow your GPS.
I was connecting into
But
your teaching.
You're not giving up your free will.
Yeah.
Because you still can get off the highway. So what it is, that's manifesting, guys, partially too. So if I say to my guides, I want to be, I would like to, like I said, my dream is so and so. They put the right people in my path. That's them guiding me. But I
Right.
still have to do the legwork. You know what? If I said I want to own a house, it's not gonna just go look.
Yeah.
You know, here you go.
Magical thinking.
Yeah.
Boom.
A lot of people think, but no, you still
doesn't
do
work
the
that way.
legwork.
Yeah.
They make your life easier, not easy.
No, it's never easy.
Easier. So you know what? I still go through heartbreaks. I still go
Yeah.
through everything else, and hardships. I do.
Well, that's our growth right there.
Yeah,
right?
it is our growth. Yeah.
But that I also become stronger connection with them because they put the right people. That when you said there's no, a lot of people say coincidence. Like you said, no,
no such thing.
no.
Like when I first met you, I think I told you how I met her. I literally was at Odyssey. I'm going to plug in Odyssey, and I was looking for a mediumship program. This is before you brought up the Divine Light one. And I had the flyer. I had circled your name, Dorothy, and I was talking to the girls at Odyssey. I love you guys. We're going to interview you. And they said, oh yeah, she has, that's Dorothy, but her actual name is Dorota. Oh, okay. You had walked in within minutes of that conversation, and it was circled. Because I kept asking, I said, I really want to take a mediumship program, but I don't know who or where. But here I am, I have the flyer, I have your name circled, I'm in Odyssey, and you walked in, and I heard you speaking to someone, and I'm like, I bet you that's Dorothy. So I asked you, are you this Dorothy? Yes, I am. And you, and I finally had met you. I hadn't been going to Divine Light just yet. We had just met too.
Yeah.
And then finally I had started going, and then we saw you there, and that connection happened. But none of that was a coincidence.
No, none of
I
it
still
is.
have that flyer with the circle on it. But it's
That- There's
like
no
that is not a
coincidence.
coincidence at
No.
all. And it
Yeah.
makes life
And
beautiful
that's where
though. Like,
the
I just love it.
miracles really happen
Yeah.
when people start to tap into everything and they're manifesting. That's where the miracles happen. The miracles aren't instant.
Miraculous like we would think,
But
like unicorns.
some are.
However, some of
Some
them are.
Some are. Some
And I
are.
will say,
Yeah.
But
even as of yesterday, I had an experience like that. But
Some are.
Something was telling me for a week. I didn't have the money, I'm going to be honest. And it was at the end of the month. And something was telling me you need to get these brakes done. But I had been, putting it off. And
That's
something was wrong with
right.
the car. And I got to get these tires off. I have a friend all of a sudden that shows up in my life again. He's back after 2 years. And he's like, come and see me at my shop. I didn't want to make the trip yesterday because it's in Toronto. But I was exhausted. But I did it anyways. And I thought at first, he's just going to take off my winter tires and put my summer ones on. But something inside said, you know what? It's been 2 weeks. I was telling my daughter, I got to get these brakes looked at. So yesterday, he takes the wheels off. He's looking at the brakes. Goes, you have no front brakes. Can we do them today? Goes, do you have any money? I said, I have whatever I have left in my account. But he gave me a break, actually, financially too. Because out of nowhere, he says, come to me. But it was in the week.
Actually,
In
it
that
wasn't.
week. And he literally said, you have no.
So I'll tell you
front
what happened
brakes.
right there.
I'm like, thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you guys for
I'll
looking
tell
out for me.
Exactly. So what they did, because
But I kept saying,
free
these
will,
brakes.
this is what we're talking about, the
Yeah.
GPS thing. Free will is this.
Mhm.
You needed brakes.
I
You
could've
weren't
ignored it.
listening, but you weren't listening to
No.
them, so they hit you in your face.
Yeah.
And that's what I mean. They bring that person. So no, it's not. It's them
I
doing
hadn't
it.
seen him
but
in
it's
2
them.
years.
Exactly.
And
So-
he's a mechanic. I'm not kidding, eh? This is real. And he's been
So, okay.
texting. He's like, you have to come and see me.
I'll
He's
tell you
like,
a
I'll show
story.
you your brakes.
How are
I'm
you?
like, I have no brakes.
So I'll tell you a story. I used to work at this one store in Woodbridge, and I was a store manager. And I pulled a lot of hours because we were crazy understaffed. So I'm driving home on a highway 400 right
Mhm.
down, and then I hear, go back and lock the store. I'm like, it's locked. They go back, lock the store. I'm
Yep.
like, it's locked. They go back and lock the store. I'm like, it's locked. I want to go home and I want to sleep. It's like midnight. I'm like, after 11, before midnight, I'm not going to get home. I got to be back at 7. So I'll be back there anyhow, right? In a few hours. I get a call from security. And then, because there was a big gust of wind and it blew the whole door open. So it set off I put the alarm on, guys. I did. So my district manager was woken up in the same time, but because she lives closer, so she had to go meet the police officers at the store, and they were going through the store looking if anybody broke in. My fault. And they did say, go lock the store.
Yeah.
Yep. And I'm gonna say it because I did it. I didn't lock the store.
Wow.
And it's just learning to trust that inner
Exactly.
guidance.
I don't
But
know
you know
why
what?
we
It's-
ignore ourselves, but it's been 2
Me.
weeks with the brakes. Are
That
you
was-
crazy?
That was 2 years ago. Which I should know better. But the whole thing is,
for real.
you
I-
get so
I'm
tired.
transporting
I
a
just wanna go
child, like, what's
home.
wrong?
Leave me
Yeah.
alone.
I have.
Yeah.
I want to go home. You just wanted. I wanted to go home. I was like, you leave me alone. I want to go home.
Yeah.
That's it.
I was exhausted for 2 weeks.
See?
No, I'm like, well, I don't. The brakes kept coming in. It's been 2 weeks. Literally, my account is like 0. I'm like, well, somehow I'm gonna pay for these brakes, but I don't know how. But then I'm getting text messages from this person. It's been 2 years.
Check this out. I was supposed to go on a trip, right? I was supposed to go on a road trip and do this live thing while we're driving through states with my friend. Well, she buckled up and couldn't go because her husband was not feeling for whatever, her going away at safety reasons, whichever way. So I was like, okay, I still need to go away. Like, I needed to go. So I don't know. I text my friend who lives in Netherlands. I'm like, where do you live now? She says, you're coming? I'm like, yeah. I looked at the flight, 400 and change for a flight. Both ways.
That's cheap.
Netherlands.
Wow.
Time to go.
I know. Taxes in.
Whoa.
I'm right. Isn't it awesome?
Yeah.
Bought it.
Yeah.
Gift.
Bought it.
Landing on your lap.
Then I hear and the lady says, it's non-refundable, you can't cancel, you can't switch it. I'm like, that's okay, I'm going. Then my guys are laughing, like I can hear them laughing behind me. That flight didn't include the baggage.
Oh no. Oh god. That's a
So
different plane.
No.
Different plane.
Well, I could bring my carry-on, but if I had a suitcase,
2 underwear.
and you know what, I couldn't put
underwear.
all my clothes on
No,
to
it's
go.
fine. You change it on your
But
back.
funny
Clothes
enough-
on your back.
Funny enough, a guy that owed me money a few years back came that day and paid me back. hello, what are the chances?
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, there's my baggage.
Coincidence? No.
No, there's money
No such
for
thing.
my son because he stayed behind. You know, there's money for rent, for everything. It's just like,
You know what?
I
Just
can
trust.
go.
That's
Yeah.
just that's what I love
That's the
about this.
connection.
Just have to trust.
When you're able to teach people to trust that inner guidance, trust in the universe, trust that everything's going to work out for the highest good, as long as they're focused on the highest good, it uplifts the vibration.
And
Because
that's
it gets people out of fear, right?
absolutely.
And more
feeding
in
that
tune. The
fear.
more you start
Yeah.
trusting, the more like it kind of shows up in your lap. Like sometimes it's like showing up. I'm like, the timing can't be better. Did I do that? Yes, we're manifestors. This
Like,
is what we want to
exactly.
teach people. We all are co-creators and
You are.
manifestors. It's magical, but it's real.
But
Yeah.
when people tell me,
It's
you
real
know,
stuff.
Yeah.
when people say to me, well, it's set in stone, and I'm like, there is things that are set in stone.
Yes, I
They
agree.
are things. So explain it this way. If you're building a house, you do need a toilet.
Yes.
You do need a kitchen. Whether you put it outside, inside, it's going to be there. So the same thing with certain things that you came here to experience.
Yeah.
You still will.
Yeah.
Where it's up to you per se, because
Right.
you kind of picking your road.
It's kind of like a choose your own adventure book.
Exactly,
Yeah.
it is.
That was my favorite books to
That
read.
is awesome. I never
The
heard
only
that.
ones I would read.
Choose your own adventure. Well, you're a Libra. That makes sense.
There you
Libras
go.
are
Yeah, but-
free-spirited.
So that's just how I explain, and everything else you make it so you can't like. There was a time when I did self-pity myself, but stuff went wrong, and stuff will go wrong in your life,
Yeah.
and you are allowed to feel sorry for yourself,
Yeah.
but don't get caught out
Don't get
in
caught up.
it.
And don't make it your story.
Yeah,
Like your life is not what happened to you in the past. That's not
That's-
Dorota
that's-
today or
that's
Tracy
an
or
opportunity
Nikki.
for
absolutely not.
How do we overcome?
Yeah.
That's the story.
That's what I
Oh,
teach.
being an overcomer.
See, and my
Yeah.
what I do is I teach you to be authentic. I teach you to be your unique
Yeah.
self. Don't, because we get conditioned to be certain way, to think certain way, to fit
The
in,
square, yeah.
to fit in, square, circle, however you want to call it,
Yeah.
or just follow the path of your parents. However, some people look at it that
It's
way.
been predestined for you or something. but-
Exactly, but it's not.
It's not.
So what I do, like in my classes, it's not just about this is how you connect, but it's also learn to accept yourself, because you know what? There's stuff about myself that I don't like.
Yeah.
It was brought to my attention
Getting
that I overtalk people, and you know what? I do overtalk people. It's a Polish thing. It's a European thing.
It is a European
Because I'm
thing.
sorry.
It has your.
Yes, it is a
sorry,
European
it is.
thing.
It's terrible.
The thing,
It's bad manners here,
it,
but
it, honestly, it is. See, I even do it to her right now.
no, it's true. I'm
it's
sorry.
in
I
our
like
blood.
it.
It's in our blood.
It's weird, but it's true.
Well, it is. Because, when we have family gatherings, everybody
bossy
talks
with
at
the one-
once. So if you want to be heard, you got to
You
talk
get
louder.
louder.
The Italians are the worst. There's 10 conversations and nobody's listening. Nobody's listening.
Okay, and then you get,
People are talking.
but listen, then you get together with my dad, and if you don't overtalk him, you're screwed.
Yeah.
Like seriously, when me and my dad get together, it's like we have to go just to
Out talk each other.
we do. No, yeah, overtalk, yeah, whichever way. And it's the same conversation. It's just nobody stops.
I
He
love
doesn't
it.
But I
stop.
love it. It's
You guys
dynamic.
keep talking, I can eat.
Go
It's
ahead.
dynamic.
Yeah, but that's what happens, right?
Yeah.
So yes, I have to acknowledge that I overtalk people. It
But-
was hard. Ooh. But
You know what I found with this what we're talking about today is becoming aware and getting in tune with all of us are manifestors and co-creators. It puts you in the driver's seat of your life. For once, I finally, after all these years, I'm like, oh my God, I'm in control of my life finally. That's true empowerment.
I find-
Teaching other people, you are always in control of your life.
And guess what happens?
It's amazing.
You shed away
manifest.
jealousy.
Everything
You
passes.
shed away anxiety.
Because you start to trust
fear.
that you're in control of your life
you do.
now.
See, like when you come for reading to me or
Love it.
mentorship or anything, I'm blunt. I'm blunt, straight up front.
Thank God for bluntness. We're getting
I
rained on.
really am.
Is that
Yeah.
blunt? We're getting rained on?
We're getting rained on. We're getting, yeah. it
I have an
is.
umbrella. We could do this in the rain. Or we can transition
more minutes.
inside.
We have a couple more minutes. You have a thing for the camera, right? The umbrella.
No.
Where's your umbrella?
Where's my umbrella? It's
You
my
had an
purse.
umbrella.
I do too. I do.
So
I spend time straightening this.
there you go.
curly
See,
hair.
now see how more real can it get? Getting rained on
This is really
while
real.
doing a talk.
Right. This is getting real, Dorota.
This is getting
Tracy.
real. And they,
Top of
yeah, see? There you go. So,
That's
I'm
right. It
glad.
wasn't for me and my straightened hair. It's for the camera.
There you go.
I'll have some of this.
Please do.
Dorota?
No, I'm golden. I am golden. Yeah, so I'm blunt, I'm honest, I'll tell you what it is, and I won't sugarcoat it, and I will not lie to you during. And see, in the readings, there is also no judgment either.
Mm-hmm.
Like we still have a tendency to, judge here and there, because it's part of who we are to a
Human
certain
nature.
extent. It's embedded in a condition, and it's hard to uncondition it fully. But in the readings, like they will tell me stuff.
Are they telling me I'm vain? Sorry, guys.
No. They tell me stuff, but
Thank you.
it doesn't always mean that I can share it with a client. Sometimes it's just for my own knowledge. So see, I had this lady that used to drink, that was an alcoholic, and was. So I was given that knowledge, so it wasn't to judge her. It's just I can understand
Yeah.
where she's
How to
coming
work
from.
with-
Yeah.
Yes.
How I can't. It's just whatever was at that time. I needed to be aware of it.
Yep.
But not to say, hey, if you stop drinking, that would be your life would be
Yeah.
better, because that's
That's
judging.
not
not
you
like
to say that.
It's
It's
not
not
like
for
that.
you.
And why?
No, exactly.
When we go to those vices, there's something deeper behind it.
Well, we're hurting.
Exactly.
There's
Right?
something going
Yeah,
on.
because I've
It could
been
be
there with
generational
smoking.
too.
Not
A generational
Yeah.
problem
But
too.
you know what? We are all self-destructing when we're hurting.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Some will do addictions, some will do
Eating,
shopping,
shopping,
thing,
gambling,
driving
Yeah.
fast. When
Yeah.
for example, that's what I mean, self-awareness. When I am
Driving
upset,
fast.
I will get in the car, put the AC/DC on.
I
or
love
Guns N'
AC/DC.
Roses,
It's actually one of my
Kid
favorite
Rock or
bands.
whatever I want at that moment, and I'll get behind that wheel and I'll
feel-
just go.
Yeah.
And that's why I can't own a bike apparently, because
Because
crotch
we
rocket
wanna-
will become a rocket.
We want to get out of that space any way we can as quick as possible.
Yeah,
Because hurt,
Right?
it hurts.
Yeah, it's
so when
almost not normal to feel
For
that
me,
much
it was
pain.
smoking. It would give me that instant, almost like feel good, you know?
absolutely, I get it.
So yeah, there's always something
So
that we
there's,
go to.
so that's not just drinking. There's so much more, but we are afraid to say that's what I do because that means I'm bad. No,
No.
the whole point of you
Something's missing.
self-acceptance.
You need to accept yourself.
Exactly.
Because you know what happens when you self-accept? That thing has no power over you.
That's right.
So what that means is if I know that I'm going to drive fast because something happened and hurt me, now I am less likely. I still will do it, but not as fast maybe,
Yeah.
But I am aware of it. The same thing with temper. Polish. I know. You're
Italian.
Italian. I know Irish people.
It's the worst.
Oh my goodness.
I tried.
Tempers.
Very emotional. Very
Yeah.
boom.
Because it's
we
like
feel
you-
deeply.
Exactly.
I think we feel intensely.
Yes, we do. And that's temper, and sometimes it's fueled by hurt.
Sometimes I hate the feelings I have. They're so strong, but they're overwhelming.
Yeah.
So coping with that's a big deal.
It's just water on water. You're
I know.
golden.
And the great thing is, though, the more you
But
become
be aware.
empowered, the more awareness, the more we balance that hurt mind, and
Exactly.
we become more conscious of what we create. That's why mindfulness is so huge.
That's why there should be, like they say, you don't think with your heart, think with your head. No,
No.
there should be a
balance.
bridge.
Well, actually, there's research that says that the heart has a mind.
See, that
It has a brain of
it
it. It
does.
has a mind. It
does.
is also very connected with the brain. I have it in my magazine. It's a
You know
scientific
what?
magazine.
As we're talking, a lot of people say get rid of your ego, and I'm gonna say no.
No, it's a part of
No.
you.
Why? Don't be egotistic, but see,
Right.
your ego is your self-confidence. Your ego is telling you yes or no.
Yeah.
But egotistic is a different thing.
That's narcissism.
That's totally different.
That's
So
something
when
different.
people, that's another thing that because I had people from other classes that came to take my workshops, and but they say get rid of ego, and when they understood that the ego is part, and not to empower it. See, ego, don't make it me. I know. You don't fight. You just have the knowledge. The knowledge is what it is. You don't
Yeah.
need to fight for it. So, see, if I give you a message, you don't agree. I'm not going to use my ego and fight you for
No,
it. And I did
exactly.
see that happen with certain people and
It
certain
happens.
mediums.
I think it's something they have to overcome.
But I also
It's
had
a weakness.
It happened to me, not to
course.
me as a person, but when I went for a reading, the lady was giving me something. And I said, "Well, that doesn't resonate," and she started screaming at me that this, and I'm like, "Whoa,
Yeah.
whoa!"
And you know what? If something doesn't resonate with someone, it might not be at this moment
Exactly.
in time.
That's what I
Sometimes
said.
even the timing. Exactly. 2 weeks later, it's right.
Yeah,
It's
but the
so
only thing I
bizarre.
said was it doesn't resonate. So if you tell me that if I give you something that doesn't resonate, I said that's okay.
That's
put it,
okay.
I call it put it on the shelf.
Yeah.
I said that's what I'm getting, so I have to give. My thing will be that's what I'm getting, so I'll give you that,
I'm gonna go inside.
and we'll go from there.
Yeah, I think we should transition. I agree. I think
We're transitioning now.
I've had readings, listen, a month later it happened. And at the time I was almost angry at the reading. Like, no way.
Mm-hmm.
Month later, sometimes a year later, I write everything down. So I had journals. Everything's dated. I'm like, wow, look at that. 2 years later.
Yeah.
Imagine.
You know
So,
what I love?
you know what?
Yeah. What I love
There's no
about
such thing as time when
No,
you're doing psychic
there
readings.
isn't.
Concept of time changes.
But as we're on the topic before we transition,
Yeah.
what I love the most is when people give you confirmations
Yeah.
that isn't for your ego. I use it as I got it, I heard it right, because the channel,
Yeah.
I've got it right. Like I heard the right information, so thank you. And I go, thanks guys.
Yeah.
That's what I use it for, not inside, yeah, I got it. I go, yeah, I got it, I got it. I understood it right. That's what I use it for rather than me. All right.
Doesn't everybody get together in the kitchen usually?
The kitchen
That's
is
where
usually
food
the
is.
best.
It brings people together.
Well, in Italy, it's the biggest room in the house.
Same in
Yeah.
Poland for some reason. I
biggest
wonder
room.
why. Food. Lots of food.
Life. Everything happens in the
Exactly.
kitchen.
But think about food is creating.
Yeah. And nourishing.
Exactly.
Right?
Eating.
Keeping us alive. And,
Eating.
yeah.
I go
Beautiful.
with eating. I don't like cooking, but I like eating.
Me too.
Yeah. Same with me.
High five.
So we were talking about you helping people empower themselves by helping them find their life purpose, because many people will come to you and say, what is my life purpose? Do you find that many people will ask, what is my life purpose?
Yes, they come and ask, but the truth is, you're the only one that knows your life purpose, because it's for you, between you and the upstairs, and it's, you know, you want to call it a contract, whatever, you just know why you're here in the end. Like for myself, is connecting people with themselves, with their higher selves, with accepting themselves, with understanding themselves instead of comparing themselves to others.
Yeah.
A big thing that I was doing too.
Me
We
too.
all do it. It's the conditioning,
It's-
and I don't know if your parents were like mine, but my mom would say, "Why can you not be more like Martha?
Right,
Why
yeah.
can you not be more like so and so?" And then you're trying to adjust yourself to
What other
be,
people want.
Yeah.
But then it's no longer your life.
And then you're
Yes.
lost. And you know what? A lot of times when I
Yeah.
see clients, whether reading or life coaching, whichever way, is they go, "I don't know who I am anymore. I don't know who I am. I am not happy, and I need my life purpose, because that's what's going to help me be happy." No, what's going to help you be happy, it's not just knowing your life purpose, but accepting yourself for who you are.
That's beautiful, and I think that's
And isn't
key.
that how you find your life purpose?
I think that's key.
Exactly.
I also have something to add, because people come to a medium or a psychic and they expect that person to know everything
Yeah.
about them, but that's not
That's not
your
how it
job.
works.
That's not how it works, because that's personal information. I find a lot of times mediums only get what this person needs at that
To hear
time.
it. Yeah.
And, you know, because I've heard people, well, if you're a medium, if you're a psychic, you should know my name.
No.
That's
No.
not the way it works. They don't get personal information. So a lot of times the medium will not even know the message that they're relaying to you, the deeper meaning behind it.
See, the way, again, I can only speak for myself. So the way I work, if you come to me, I give you what's given to me. I don't sugarcoat it. I don't switch it. So that's why the bluntness, that's why the honesty, and that's why there's no judgment. I give you what I got. Because once I start interpreting what I'm getting, I'm making it about me, and I can't make it about me. So, for example, I had this lady that came in, and there was her grandfather that came, and the only thing he did, he brought this bowl with black candy, and he put it in front of her, right? So, you know, I could have gone, "Oh my gosh, it's black. Oh my gosh." But instead, what I did, okay, I have this gentleman, he looks so-and-so, and he's just putting this bowl of candy in front of you. And when I'm asking him what's for, he's not giving me the answer, because you ask questions as you do in the reading too, not out loud. It's all happened so fast. And she goes, "Oh my God, that was the black licorice that every time we came to my grandfather's house, that's the only candy he had."
So she knew right. It was like
She knew.
that was her
That
message.
was
That's
proof.
your proof, though.
Yeah.
That was her. That was the thing between her, and that's why she got into black licorice, because of her granddad. So it had nothing to. So now I could also go, "Oh my God, it's me this, me." No, then I'm making it about me and
Your
what I
interpretation.
think. I can't.
Yeah.
When you give a message, they are all delivered with love. They really, really are all delivered with love. The difference is that you get what you need. So even if you ask me something and they don't want you to know, I can't make it up just to prove myself to you, because then my integrity with working with spirit is shattered. So what happened was actually I was getting a message for somebody, and I didn't know even if they were into this at all. And then they invited me to their home, and I was getting a message as I was driving because I was going there for dinner, and I had no idea, but this person came and was like really pushy, and it was the grandfather that just passed a week ago.
Oh, wow.
Sometimes they come really fast through, sometimes it takes months before they actually come through. So it all depends.
I was reading about that.
It's not always the same. But he came through really fast. And I'm like, no, I can't say it because, I'm just going to do my condolences and just do this. And then when I walk in, I see, there's a Buddha, because they're also Roman Catholic, and then I see the mala, and I'm like, okay.
They're a little bit more
Huh. All right, this is kind of neat. And then the daughter comes out with, our bracelets, with different crystals. I'm like, oh, thank God. So, are you guys into it? So I still double checked it, and they go yes. And then I'm like, okay, cuz your granddad's here, and this is what he wanted you to know. And, because it's not, see, a lot of people say that we take advantage. And I will be honest, there's a lot of people that do.
Yeah,
That
agree.
do.
it's the spoon feeding, or,
Well, because they're the ones that like to spoon feed your information but don't empower you.
Yeah, but also some people will use use the spot you're in to wheel you.
Yes.
See, like with me,
but that's manipulating.
Yeah, but it happens.
Yeah.
It happened to me. It happened to
Happens to a lot of people.
My
I think
sister
it's a
lost-
life lesson.
You know what? My sister lost over $3,000
Gosh.
because they she was in a really bad spot. They kept telling her to come back twice a week, and they were billing her big money. And you know what? When the thing is, when you are down and out, you're reaching out for help, and some people will go, and that ticked me off the most. But
and it's sad because this is all about getting us into a higher vibrational space. It's for, on a level, it's for all of us.
To empower people, but some people want to exploit someone else's pain. Unfortunately, they're using their powers to exploit the
and
situation.
some are not even connected, but they just know.
Well, they watch human behavior too.
Exactly. See, so that's why when
So
I
how
do,
someone stands, body language has a big story.
see, when I do readings, I don't look at you. I can't. Because when I do readings, I'm not. When I channel, when I'm connected, like I said, I'm always connected, 24/7, ding, 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 going on. But I don't look at your expression. I'm not looking to see if I'm hitting the right notes. I just basically give you what I got, and we go from there. That's why when I do because I do a lot of live feeds, I don't know who's on it. I have no clue who I'm reading, and I love the confirmations, because confirmation is that I've got the right information to the right person.
Right.
And I love the confirmation. Like there was this Gina, she lives in States. I've never met her, and then I just saw, I'm going to tell you this, and I saw this, to me it was SUV. Totally dumb about cars, and it's an Audi. I like my Audis, okay?
Oh, me too, actually.
High five.
I do. I'm an Audi person. My
Audi,
favorite car.
totally. My next one will be an Audi Q5. That's the one that I want.
It's so nice. It's a classy car. Very classy.
Yeah, C&B classy.
Yeah.
But I like
Very
my
classy.
high-end too. I do. They're good. Anyhow, now we're totally advertising. This is so cool. Don't get that.
We got Starbucks and Audi out of the way.
So
We're
anyhow,
manifesting. You never know.
So I'm going like I see this dark blue SUV, and you're getting it shortly. I see there was an accident. Whatever they give me, I give her. The reason why I remember this one is because she emailed me everything. Because otherwise I don't remember readings. And she sent me a picture. Her husband brought one home, and he didn't like how it was driving, so he took it back, and then he bought a dark blue one exactly with inside whatever I said, whatever they said through me.
Yeah.
And she goes like, you're the only one that could read me. And I'm like, I wasn't reading, I was just giving information that was given. Because it's like, it comes like a knowledge.
Yeah, and that's funny, because that's the way spirit works. A lot of times we don't know the stuff we're getting. It's for the sitter to understand, right?
Well, we need to get over, I guess one of your biggest obstacle would be trying to control everything. We're such controllers. I think if we've had a life that's been chaotic, we try and manage and control our environments, but then I would think that what I've learned, what you learned so far is you are in control, but you cannot control.
Yes.
It's different.
It's about going with the flow.
And in
right?
fact, the more you are actually in control, you let go of controlling. It's strange, but that's the dynamic where you're not manipulating. You're now going, no, I trust.
But
I
the
trust
more you,
that
I trust.
what comes my way, I can handle
Yeah.
it. It's for
It
growth.
changes
It's-
everything. Now
it's
you're
my
not controlling
experience.
people,
Yeah.
controlling a situation.
Yeah.
No, once you've gained this trust, you're like, no, I am in control, and you no longer need to control.
Exactly.
It's
That because
amazing.
that fear.
That's my
that
journey.
fear
What I've gone
starts to
through.
melt away from you.
Yeah, it's
but
should
I'll tell
take
you
a long
what,
time.
the fear gets fueled by our insecurities.
Yes, of course.
And when you heal your insecurities, the fear disappears.
Yeah.
It just goes poof.
And I think you said it yourself. The best though is accepting yourself, because when you do say and look in the mirror and say, you know what, warts and all, I accept myself.
Yeah.
That inner child, all the ugly and the good, you're accepting everything about you.
Yeah, because I think that cut out.
And
So
that's-
let's just.
That's actually where I think we cut out.
I think that's where we cut out. So let's talk about that for a second. So self-acceptance
Yeah.
does not mean self-beat up. It just
No.
means taking your own power back, because we give our power over to other people. Like we said, my mom comparing me to, or my friends to other friends and so on, or each other comparing ourselves to other
Yes.
people, making them better than us. This is not accepting
true.
ourselves. Mediums or energy workers, we're like shoes. I'm gonna say it that way. Because if you get the beautiful Italian leather shoe, it either fits or it don't. I'm gonna say
Yeah,
that. That's
not
what,
one size
Not all
fits
all of them connect.
no.
So you have to go to one that you
That
feel
you
a connection
resonate
with.
Yeah.
Don't go just because you heard a lot of great things. See their personality. See if they resonate with you.
Yeah.
Because spirit and our past loved ones work on energy. So if you don't connect with that person, your
They may
past
not
loved one.
connect.
Yeah,
That's
they might
right.
not
I've experienced that before. My grandfather will only come through certain people
Yeah,
and not others. My grandmother, the same thing.
Hmm.
because we're all energies. And
Yeah.
see, that's what you learn in my workshops.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm gonna advertise for a little bit. And
Of course.
see, the workshops that I do, we talk about energy, we talk about vibration, we talk about meditation. Yes, it's very important. And we talk about clairvoyance, clairsentience, clear empathy, channel, about everything. But mostly all that stuff that will empower you and help you understand your own connection to the divine, God, guides, whomever you believe in. That's what I offer. And energy, it's hard to understand until you actually take a minute and understand, because I have just workshops on energy alone coming up.
Mhm.
Because that will help you through your life, make it easier. And you guys seen the movie Ghost, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta
Just
say that because
recently-
everybody's seen it.
Just
Remember when-
recently, I seen it like over 20 years ago, and then recently seen it again, and I was understanding it on a whole different level.
Different level, yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's very much true.
Yeah.
It's actually quite accurate to what's happening. You know, when he was playing with that can, trying to push it out,
Yeah.
he had to gather that energy. So that's exactly what it is, because they're energy, and that's why they sometimes can't come through. So let's say even if your grandfather came through right now, just him showing himself takes a lot of energy.
Mm.
So for myself, I light a lot of candles, because then they can take energy from candles. But if they can't
Okay.
take the energy from candles, then they will take mine.
Mm.
Then I'm the one that they plug into.
Yeah.
Not take over, plug into.
Yeah.
Because they need that energy to come through. So them coming through alone takes a lot. Now for them to talk, it takes even more energy.
Mhm.
So if you understand that.
Yeah.
So for me, when I go do readings, like say at Odyssey books, because I can't light candles there, I have to listen to music, raise my vibration and raise my energy. So I will listen again, AC/DC.
Yeah.
Sometimes I
It's
do
my
the
driving music.
yeah. Sometimes I do
It's
the
my driving
90s.
music.
Sometimes I will do the 90s, right? And when I do those, what it is it raises me up. So let's say if your grandmother comes, so when he takes it, I don't go, I just go to my regular level.
Yeah.
Because I usually do, I don't do more than 5 readings, but that's 5 hours of reading, of connecting, of channeling.
and that alone is draining. So after it, I have to go, and music won't help. A lot of water drinking and a lot of walking bare feet on the grass.
Recharging and
Grounding.
regrounding.
Big time, because it's hard.
Yep.
It's hard after. People don't understand, but it's hard
Yeah.
because you're getting drained. Yeah,
Amazing.
yeah. So that's why I can't give you only one reason. There's many reasons.
Yeah.
There's so many.
There's
Yeah,
so
and I
many
love
reasons.
the empowerment is a huge
I think-
thing.
I think that's my favorite. But yeah.
Yeah, same.
But always go where you feel the most connected to.
Yeah.
It's just like when we connect. If we didn't, we wouldn't be doing this right
No,
now.
you're right. It was meant to happen.
Yeah.
Because it's supposed to happen.
And that's the most amazing thing is you just do what you're drawn to.
Mhm.
You know, you just keep pushing through those fears, do what you're drawn to, and keep raising your vibration. And with your workshops, do you teach people about different energy work and different modalities?
Yeah.
And
We cover it all. I had to do it in different segments because some people just want to do the basic. That's why I have level 1, level 2, level 3. Because sometimes people, the only thing they want is just to learn how to connect with themselves and energy, and that's all they want.
Yep.
So that way they won't continue to level 2. So I don't want to overwhelm them and then the ones that continue, we just keep going. Like I have one ongoing meeting on Wednesdays, which has been going on for a year now, and we're learning new things each time, like different energy fields, different ways of communicating, channeling. Like there's not just one. Basically, when you work in this field, you never ever stop learning.
No.
There's new
Amazing.
stuff. Like you think you've got it all because you did 4 courses. No. Even my friend who is a tea reader, right?
Mm.
She even is taking classes because she's, wow, you won't believe what I just learned in this tea. And that's what you learn.
Yeah.
Somebody else always has something to bring to the table that will help you, and then you can help others.
yeah.
And that's the best part. And
Yeah.
you know what? Like if you're in Durham region area, we have classes in Alam Yoga coming up at my house, as well as I'm gonna actually do online because I had a lot of requests for online courses. I know it'll take a little bit to go up, but
Yeah. You're still working in the developing stages of the online, or
actually it's ready to launch the first part, and we're gonna launch it. And my website's getting redone, but it's still, you can put it up there because it's still operational. And we're gonna go live,
Okay,
and
that's
it's gonna
great.
start in July. We're gonna do it July on Tuesday evenings. That's what we're going to do.
and what were you saying about the yoga? What type of yoga is it?
I use their space.
Okay, it's at a okay.
It's at the yoga studio. It's at the Alam Yoga on 701 Roseland Road East in Whitby, Unit 208. And what I do there is a lot of workshops, energy workshops, oracle card reading workshops, mediumship workshops. We're also doing candle magic. It's more like candle intention setting than magic, I should say. But we call it magic because people like it better.
Mhm.
But setting your intentions. And the first one we have coming up is abundance and love and abundance.
Love and abundance. Okay.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
cool one, right?
Yeah.
And then also I do past life regressions.
Okay.
I do complete clear mind and body alignment.
Mhm.
I do a lot of,
And this is all on your website.
this is all on my website,
Okay.
yeah.
Perfect.
We're going to have updated calendar coming up this Wednesday, this week,
Mhm.
of where to find me.
That's perfect.
Very nice.
And appointments are only done by, if you want one-on-one, it's only by appointment.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good to know.
But you know the best part is, we do Skype, I do Skype, FaceTime,
Okay.
Facebook video,
Yep. So people can reach you
telephone.
online.
There's many ways.
Mhm.
And free. We also do a free readings too, but that's only twice a week, and that's on my Facebook page.
Nice.
And then when we're drawn to,
And what's your Facebook page name?
Dorota Medium,
Excellent.
and that's the.
I know I
Facebook
got
page.
you on my Facebook page, but for those of us who are watching the show right now,
Yeah, and we do it on
Find us on
Mondays
Facebook.
and Fridays. So Mondays is me hanging out, and Fridays I have a different medium coming and hanging out. And we have people all the way. We had Australia, New Zealand,
Wow.
Netherlands, France, Ireland, Scotland. It's just amazing how
I
many
love it.
people Internet's amazing,
Mhm.
and yeah.
it is. I always say
It is. I love.
Because it changes. There's no concept of time. Australia is like another part of the world, different, just different time zone. But it doesn't matter that they're 24 hours. It's just there is no concept of time.
Yeah.
It's live, and now I can't believe we can talk to someone in Australia.
I know.
They're in tomorrow already.
I know.
They're in the future.
That
I
is-
love it.
Can you
And
tell me
it's
what's
the
going
fall
on?
instead of the spring.
Yeah,
I don't know,
that's
just the
awesome.
whole concept of that, like the energy, just that one thing is an example of how energy is different on that level. Like, there's no
Absolutely.
time.
But the best part of it is
Beautiful.
that, like, if you come and you get a reading from myself or one of the mediums that I tune in, we just give you what we've got, and we don't sugarcoat. We just give you as it is. But I'm also launching a life journey brand where you're gonna have an access to Reiki masters,
Oh wow.
life coaches,
Yeah.
mediums. But it's all gonna be on my part of my
Website?
yeah.
Okay.
And
Perfect.
also, the good thing is, you ready? I have my own oracle deck coming out in the next 3 weeks.
That's
That's
awesome.
exciting. Wow.
I find that's one thing that's really helped me heal is using
too.
the cards.
I
Yes.
love
So-
cards.
You get
So-
the confirmation through words.
I love all of it.
You know what? I got together with the girls from Sudbury. They're artists, and I know one of them, and they're struggling, and I like to help people out. So we struck an awesome deal, and they did the amazing drawings and the write-ups, and yeah, it's just gonna be awesome.
That's exciting.
Very
And we
exciting.
have that's one of many things coming up.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
So lots of
definitely check
stuff
out the
going on.
website. Absolutely.
Well, I'm
You guys
so,
keep growing.
so grateful
Yeah.
that you invited us to your home today, Dorota.
Yeah.
And it's so nice to meet other people that are like-minded.
It
Because
is.
at first, I think when you kind of get into this, you always feel kind of alone in life. Like,
Yeah.
am I the only person going? But then you realize, oh my goodness, we're not alone ever, and
Yeah.
we're
Yeah.
all like somehow connected, and
It's amazing.
we go through similar journeys often, similar stories or
Actually, yeah, we're gonna have actually a night of storytelling.
storytelling. I love it.
Storytelling. And that's gonna be where you just come and share your own experiences that you had with spirit, or if you need any help.
Wow.
Plus, we're gonna have a protection workshop because nobody talks about protection. And that was one thing I've noticed when I was learning this in other places was that they did not cover protection enough.
I learned it a lot in the Reiki because I did the Reiki 1 and 2, and they actually really stress protection a lot.
So,
It's
yeah.
probably one of the number one topics they talk about is grounding and protecting, and
Yeah.
there's a whole
Yeah.
way.
Absolutely.
You don't ever start
Nope.
anything without
Even-
properly even clearing an area
You
and
know,
inviting them in. And,
absolutely. And you shouldn't. And that's the biggest thing that I stress. But I also stress that if you're taking meditation from YouTube or anywhere else, protect, 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 because you don't know what intentions are sometimes set in those videos.
Yeah,
So you need to.
that's good
Always-
to know.
always
I
protect.
do the YouTube, some of
So
the
do I.
meditations. I do. There's a couple I really like.
So do I, but I always
Yeah.
protect, ground, connect, protect, always.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you best meditations ever done.
Yeah.
So thank you for coming.
Thanks
Thanks for having
Thank you
me.
so much.
And thanks guys for watching us,
Thank you.
and hope to hear from you.
Thank you so much, Dorota.
Thanks.
Bye.
Thanks, Tracy.